Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at the Hedonites of Slaanesh, and let's see what they are going to be doing in 4th edition Age of Sigmar. So that's right, today's focus is on the Hedonites of Slaanesh, one of the 4 cult gods of chaos, and probably one of the most problematic for GW because of the design, aesthetics, and generally how the army plays. Weren't amazing in 3rd edition, had a lot of issues. Let's see if they've actually fixed them for 4th edition. But if you are generally new to chaos, they are sort of like the god of pleasure, basically. Some really nice models, lots of big demons, and mortals. So, their battle traits are as follows. They've got the excess of depravity, so pick up the 3 friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh units to be the targets. The targets have the euphoric keyword for the rest of the battle round. We'll go into that in a second. In addition, each friendly unit you picked give your opponent 1 temptation dice. Now, temptation dice in 3rd edition were really not great. Basically, you got offered a dice and you could take a 6 in place of something. And if you taken it, you got it. And if you refused it, you took mortal wounds. Was not great. See if the system is a little bit better. So give your opponent 1 temptation dice. Your opponent can use 1 temptation dice to replace 1 wound roll, 1 save roll, 1 ward roll, or 1 run roll for a unit for their army with a 6. Pretty similar. Or they can use 2 temptation dice to replace 2 of the dice in a charge for that unit in their army for 2 6s. Each time your opponent uses a temptation dice, they must roll it. On a 1 and 2, inflict D3 mortal damage on the unit of which the roll was replaced, immediately after the ability used by that unit has been resolved. At the end of the battle round, any temptation dice not used is lost. So basically, if you want a guaranteed 12-inch charge, you can take the 2 temptation dice, you roll them, and then you're really hoping that you don't roll a 1 or a 2. I think the payoff is a lot better for the person being given them, but I don't know, I think if I had the option of getting a 12-inch charge on something like Gotrek to get you into combat, I would take that on the proviso that I'm probably not really going to take any mortal wounds, because it's you only get them on a 1 and a 2 on a D3, and even then, you know, there's a chance that those dice might not even spike. So definitely worth trying. Not a lot. It's definitely a lot fairer than it used to be. I don't think it's as great as or as impactful as it was. But yeah, a bit weird. But yeah, it's a system that they kind of just need to sort of go through Slaanesh and come up with something a little bit better than this. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit better than 3rd edition at least. So euphoric killers. So while friendly units have the euphoric keyword, they have crit 2 hits. So any 6s to hit will give them 2 hits, and they can run, shoot, and charge later in the turns as well. So which is really good. Let's have a little look at their battle formation. So the battle formation is add 1 to hit rolls for friendly Cerebrite infantry units while they are damaged, or if they had any models slain in the same turn. That's pretty good. Kind of goes into the whole pleasure pain thing that they've got going. So that's not quite too bad. And now it's like units have got a wound characteristic rather than individual models, which is always quite interesting. For the spells, Law of Extravagance. So they've got Sadistic Spite. Pick a friendly Hedonite Slaanesh wizard to cast the spell. Pick a visible friendly euphoric unit to be the target. Roll a dice. On 2d6, when you need a 6 or more, the target's melee weapons have crit mortal instead of crit 2 hits for the rest of the battle round. And this is an unlimited spell, so you can guarantee of getting that onto the 3 units that you've just picked, and turning the double hits into mortal damage instead. So that could be quite interesting, especially for some more of your sort of harder hitter units. Could be quite good. So the first war scroll, we're going to be looking at Shalaxi Hellbane. She is the named character for the Keeper of Secrets, Beautiful looking model. She has a 4-up save, moves 14, so pretty quick, 16 wounds, and 5 control. She also has a 5-up ward save. She has Soul Piercer, which drops from 6 attacks to 4 attacks when she takes 10 or more damage. She hits on 2s, she wounds on 3s, she does 2 rend, and 3 damage per hit, and anti-hero plus 1 rend. That is pretty tasty. And then she has Impaling Claws, which is 2 attacks, 3s followed by 3s, 2 rend, 4 damage. So not a slouch in combat. That is actually quite scary. She has a passive ability called Supernatural Grace, so subtract 1 from hit rolls for combat attacks that target this unit. It's really quite nice. And in your hero phase, you can go Refine Senses, so make a casting roll of 2d6 needing a 4 or more. For the rest of that turn, add 1 to rune rolls for this unit's attacks that target heroes. So you're going to be hitting heroes on 2s and then wounding on 2s as well. That's just crazy. And then add 1 to save rolls for attacks made by enemy heroes that target this unit. So plus 1 save as well. So you're definitely going to go all out your way to try to kill heroes. Then once per turn, army reaction, opponent, declare a charge ability for a hero within 9 inches of this unit. If this unit is not in combat, it can immediately move 2d6. It can pass through the combat ranges of enemy units, but it must end that move within half an inch of that hero. If it does so, that unit has charged. That hero's charge ability has no effect. It's pretty good. It's kind of like a weird pseudo counter charge that targets specifically that hero, which is kind of nice. Then once per battle, your combat phase, excess of violence, pick a friendly non-hero Hedonites of Slaanesh unit wholly within 12 inches of this unit to be the target. The target can use 2 fight abilities this turn. After the first is used, however, the target has the strike last for the next one. That's really quite good. It's only once per battle though, so it's definitely going to have to be used at the right time to maximize on that. But to be able to get 2 attacks or 2 fights out of that unit is going to be pretty key. But yeah, she's definitely got a lot better than from 3rd edition, and she's definitely going to be pumping damage. That's insane. Fiends. Good old Fiends. One of the coolest models in the Hedonites of Slaanesh range. And an absolute classic. Better than the old metal ones. So they've got a 5-up save. They move 10. They've got a health of 4. They've got a control of 1. Pardon me. They've got pincers and barb stingers. 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, wound on 3s. -1 rend, d3 damage. And anti-monster plus 1 rend. They also have a 6-up ward. So they've got some weird, sophisticated musks. So pick an enemy unit while in combat with this unit to be the target. And then on a 4+, that unit strikes last. Pretty cool. Subtract 1 from casting rolls for and unbind rolls for enemy wizards while they're within 12 inches of this unit. That's really good. And then they have a passive ability called Beast. This unit has a maximum control score of 1. So a bit like Squigs, they can only ever get a maximum control of 1. So you're not going to be taking objectives with these guys, but you are going to be smashing into units and trying to kill them. But beautiful models. Beautiful models. Okay, so the first of the mortal units, we've got the Twin Souls. They're like kind of like Slaanesh Chaos Warriors. They've got a 4-up save. They move 6, got health of 2, and got control of 1. They have no ward save. They've got merciless weapons, so they've got 4 attacks, 3s followed by 4s, -1 rend, 1 damage. Pretty cool. They've got passive Ego Divine Success, so if this unit did not charge this turn, subtract 1 from the attack characteristics of melee weapons used by the enemy while they are in combat with this unit. That's quite good. And then they've got Fiendish Reflexes, so if this unit did not charge this turn, it has a 5-up ward while it's in combat. That's really good. So you're going to lose out on defensives when you charge, but when you don't charge, you're going to gain defensives, which is quite good. It'd be interesting to see what the other version of the kit looks like. I think it's the Myrmidons. They're a lot cooler looking models, but yeah, we'll see what they do in the faction focus. And then you got the Fate of Slaanesh, which is their faction key sort of terrain thing. It has a 4-up save. It doesn't move. It has a health of 10, and it's got control of 0. The following universal special rules apply to the terrain feature. It has cover and impassable. And it has, in your hero phase, pick a friendly Hedonites of Slaanesh unit wholly within 12 inches of this terrain feature to be the target. Allocate D3 damage points to the target. Ward saves cannot be made for those damage points. Then pick one of the following effects to apply until the start of your next turn. Add 1 to wound rolls for the target's combat attacks. Okay. Add 1 to run rolls and charge rolls for the target. Okay. And add 1 to the casting rolls and unbinding rolls for the target. That's not too bad. I can see you sort of getting it. If you've got some other way of healing a hero, you could probably stick a friendly wizard next to this and get that +1 casting going, which could be quite good. Having a pretty decent unit that's going to take benefit the run and charge rolls could be quite nice as well, especially with the euphoric keyword where you'll be able to run then charge in the same turn, and giving it +1 to run and +1 to charge could be quite a nice little combination. Or +1 to wound for targets as well. That could be quite good, but obviously you are going to be taking D3 damage points. But it has a 6-up ward as well. So as terrain features go, it's not bad. I can see there's definitely some nice little combos there. So then we go into the studio to look at the spearhead, and yep, that's the spearhead box, and we get a watered down version of the battle traits and the seekers, and confirm that tomorrow we're going to be looking at the Cruel Boys, which is an interesting one because either Games Workshop have just confirmed that the Orruk war clans are going to be breaking down into individual books like we've heard the rumour being, or they're just going to be focusing on one part of it. But we will see tomorrow. But that's the Hedonites of Slaanesh. Kind of interesting. Depravity points is a lot better than it was in third. Salaxi has just got a massive buff. I think Keeper of Secrets are going to be really hard hitting, which makes me really excited to see what Blades of Corn are actually going to get, especially with things like Scarbrand and Bloodthirsters. They really need to be the close combat monsters that they are in the lore. Obviously, Cassie also agrees. And that's the video. So if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share, and do all that good stuff. Check out my members area. And I'll be back tomorrow for some Cruel Boys. So catch you later. Goodbye.